today I have a guest. Wait, instead of me introducing, why don't you introduce him? but I wanna, and why do I say so? Is because when I started reading about this guy, so I've known him.
Everything was a lie.
No. I've known him for a while, but still I wanted to do a background check. I wanted to study about you, read about it. He's been on Forbes 30 under 30. He has been on Asia. Then he has been BW 40 under 40. Yes, he recently got into LinkedIn's top powerful voice of the next gen. Then you are in GQ's most influential people list. Is there any list which you have missed?
Without being modest, I think in one entire year, I got about 6 different awards, which is I won Forbes 30 under 30 Asia, GQ 50 most influential young Indians, Business World 40 under 40 India, Entrepreneur 35 under 35 India, Fortune 40 under 40 India, and LinkedIn Top Voices 2021, which I just won on Monday this week. But I think, all of these, when people ask me, wow, this is amazing, and what you do with it and all of that stuff, in my limited experience, I would say these are just purely, validations from really amazing people that you are doing good work and continue doing it.
Yeah.
But the flip side of all of this is, it's the line that Lionel Messi said. He trained 22 years or 19 years, whatever that is, to be an overnight success. So a lot of people actually miss that 19 years of training 18 hours a day for this. Now that a lot of people or more people know of what I do and who I am, it's gratifying, but I am fortunate that none of this was ever done for getting any of these. These are all great brands, great validations, and I'm very, very grateful and honored to have been a part of these lists. Not just because I was a part of the list, but for example, GQ 50 most influential young Indians, my respective awardees with me was Virat Kohli, Alia Bhatt, Kusha Kapila. There's this amazing movie called KGF in Kannada that has gone off the roof. Yash. And some amazing entrepreneurs, Manu Kumar Jain of Xiaomi, Kunal. There's some amazing people, right? When you feel like, oh, if you've also done something that is you're kind of validated in that line. Virat Kohli for cricket and Alia Bhatt for movies, and Yash for really bringing Kannada film across the country. So I think there is some validation that, hey, listen, yoga can change people's lives, and I'm happy and grateful to have initiated this movement. So these are all great, but yeah, like I said, I don't know whether you've read the right things, but I think whatever you've read is what you've read.
But you're being very humble, modest, and I always like this thing about you. They're very grateful for everything. Right? But okay, I get that these all are validation, but most of the people admire these things, not because it's cool to have them, but also because it acts as a validation for the work which you have put out, right? So let's start with this. What a very, very basic thing. What do you think, if you have to explain it to the audience in the next 60 seconds or 120 seconds, why did you get all of this? And before that, let's start with, what's your real full name? Because I know that people in the South, they have like a bigger names, and then you don't put it up. So let's start with your big name, and then we take it to a 60-second hero introduction.
So mine full name is Sarvesh Shashi Nair. Shashi Kumar Nair is my father's name, and my full name will be Sarvesh Shashi Nair, but in shorter format, it's Sarvesh Shashi. That's my name. And yes, I was born in Kerala. I'm extremely proud of being a Mallu. But I moved to Chennai as when I was born, or rather, I was kind of made to move to Chennai by my parents when I was born. And then I've lived in Chennai for 27 years of my life. So Chennai is also home. I love Chennai. My best friends are in Chennai. I have amazing family in Chennai. And but now I think Bombay has become close to home as well. I've moved to Bombay 2.5 years ago, and I've just been enjoying Bombay. I think I love the people. I've met some amazing people. My partners are here, and a lot of amazing friends that I keep meeting. So like you, it's a city, right? It is a city of dreams, and I think a lot of people's dream do come true. A lot of people come to the city with a lot of dreams, and I hope everybody finds them. But everybody misses out on one thing. Everybody thinks it's hard work that they need to do. I slightly differentiate that. It's smart, consistent work. You need to work consistently and smartly, and not just, they say in Hindi rato maro fai, right? Which means you keep mugging up stuff for an exam. It's not that. If I have to give you an example, so I'm a cricketer. So I've played for Tamil Nadu. I've played some decent amount of cricket, and all of that.
You're just
I've
being humble.
I've traveled with the IPL teams. I didn't sign up for them, but yes, I was fortunate to have traveled for Cochin Tuskers for 1 year, with Rajasthan Royals for 2 years.
Ooh.
So I was their official net bowler. I was staying with them, practicing with them, playing with them, etc. There used to be a interesting story that we were told as kids. Australians, when Australian bowlers used to practice for a 10 1 day match, the bowlers were only asked to bowl 60 balls. They said, hey, listen, you're going to be bowling 60 balls in a 1 day match. Focus just on that 60 balls, but give 100% effort on all 60 balls. That used to be the practice, apparently. But when we used to practice, we were said, bowl 2 hours straight, go in and bowl, go in and bowl, go in and bowl. So, it's called the match stimulation, which now is very popular. Back then, we used to just keep practicing. If I was a spinner, I have a certain kind of drill to do and keep doing that drill over and over again. Of course, practice makes life a lot more easier. Practice makes something perfect, etc. But sometimes, it's just not about practice. It's about smart practice. It's about knowing what you want to do. If I'm a death bowler, do I keep just bowling Yorkers, right? Or if I'm a batsman who's probably typically going number 7, number 8, who's slightly more in the wag end of the match is there, what sort of shots should I practice against what opponent and all that stuff. So it's been an amazing learning. For me, cricket has been my biggest teacher in life.
Okay.
Before I got into yoga, because I was an arrogant, angry young child, and a lot of people don't know this, and I'm actually, a lot of people have not asked me this. Let me put it that way. I used to have huge anxiety issues, huge, which means I used to be on nebulizers every week. I used to get admitted in the hospital almost every 8 to 12 days. Every 8 to 12 days, I used to be like, I used to always go breathless. I used to always go like, oh my God, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? Because anxiety is always about tomorrow, right? You're always worried about tomorrow. But, it used to be so bad for me that I used to get admitted in the hospital every 8 to 12 days. And I think, of course, cricket became my savior. But when my parents put me into a yoga class when I was 6, I think yoga had changed my physical aspect, and I was getting better at yoga. But when I was 17 is when I met my guru, and I think my guru has changed my life. And a lot of people think guru is somebody who has long hair, long beard, orange clothes. But the actual meaning of guru, gu means darkness and ru means light. One who takes you from darkness to light is your guru. So a lot of people don't know that, but that's the actual meaning of guru. So it's not that you need to have a long hair, long bearded, orange clothed guru. You can have a guru in any format who's really guiding you from a space of darkness to light.
That's wow. You said you gave so much information in just that I'm not able to process where to start. Like I really want to break down everything and come down to every part. Let's start with one thing. You started with now I'm in Bombay. It's a city of dreams and it's close to home as well. What was your dream when you came here?
Well, honestly,
What, like what was the mind thought? Like, why did you move here?
Yeah, I
Do you
think
think what you're building would have been possible in Chennai?
no, absolutely right. I think it's the possibility. Building it in Chennai is absolutely there are some amazing startups, amazing companies from Chennai. But I thought for what I was building in the yoga space, which is a lot also to do with lifestyle, to do with people, to do with communities, I believed Bombay or Bangalore was a better place to start off with, and we like you're aware we're a digital wellness ecosystem built on the authentic foundation of yoga. So the word digital there, we were a tech company, right? So there were only 2, 3 places that we could choose: Bangalore, Hyderabad, Gurgaon, Bombay. But back then, one of our largest partners and investors were in Bombay. So I just thought it makes more sense to move to Bombay and use their kind of community and hold and people to kind of grow the business faster, right? Okay. You can play cricket in Wankhede, you can play cricket in another place, but the feeling of playing cricket in a Wankhede is very different from another place. So for me, the feeling of coming to Bombay and actually kind of taking or going from point A to point B faster was the reason that I came to Bombay.
Yeah.
Right? And of course, met amazing people. Malaika Arora, our co-founder, she's in Bombay. So I think a lot of these reasons just fell into place. And
it was a very strategic decision.
Yeah, it was a strategic decision, of course. It's absolutely strategic decision. I mean, Chennai is home, it's comfort for me. And for me, it was also, in some sense, wanting to live alone. I've always lived alone. I mean, I was in a hostel for a few years. But I think Bombay has genuinely changed my outlook towards life, my outlook towards, just enhanced with the yoga practice that I do. It's made me believe that one thing that can teach you a lot more than you could have ever learned is traveling and meeting more people. So Bombay was that.
That is. And now again, this leads me to two other questions, okay? I'm trying to bring more value for everybody who's watching it. So how do you
Don't believe Raj. Nah.
So in two questions, one is how would you if I ask you to put your dream in one line, what would it be? Like what was that dream that you came Bombay with, or what is that dream today?
Well, I think overarching dream for me or our vision has been connecting 7 billion breaths, right? The word connecting means community, 7 billion is the world, and breath is yoga. A lot of people today have so many myths about yoga, right? Yoga is only for older people. Yoga is only for people above 40. Yoga is only for women. Do you do yoga? Oh, मैं सुबह नहीं उठता हूँ. I can't wake up at 6 a.m. I didn't ask you to wake up at 6 a.m., right? Oh, yoga is only for flexible people. That's the most weirdest reason I've ever heard, because that means only people with six-pack can go to the gym. It's as good as saying that, right? So all these myths were there. And I think at 17, my guru broke those myths for me. And at 21, what I told myself was, hey, if you need to give back, the best thing that you can tell people is how yoga can become transformational by retaining its authentic self. Have we done mistakes? Yes. Will we do mistakes? Yes. People who are watching this, we're not perfect, right? If anybody thinks we are perfect, we're the best, we're the largest, we're not saying anything of that. We are a company from India trying to take an Indian platform to the world. And I came with that dream to the city of dreams, thinking that this will genuinely impact us faster than we could have normally and otherwise gone.
Nice. So this dream, this is powerful, okay? But this dream would have been in your mind since a very long time, before you even thought of coming to the city, okay? Now my question is for everybody who has big dreams, who are from smaller towns, who are from not from smaller towns, but from different city and they want to move to a different city. At what exact point they should think that, okay, maybe they, on day one you can't stand up and be like, मैं bat लिया और मैं वानखेड़े खेलूंगा. At what time somebody should consider to leave their particular city and then get out? Because I hear this as an excuse from most of the people that I am from a smaller city, I can't do what he has done. आई कांट डू, मेरे घर वाले नहीं आने देते, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, वो नहीं कर सकता, मेरे इधर कोई अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ नहीं है. आई गेट इट, बिगर सिटीज़, बिगर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, there are endless advantages of being in a different city. But at what time somebody should shift? Because you have done it for yourself.
Yeah, well, I think the point of shift really lies towards in yourself, right? I'll just give you an example. On day one of we starting our yoga studio, we were in Chennai. It was a basement converted into a yoga studio. We had a press conference. There were 65 people in front of us. So one of the reporters asked us, "Why did you even begin this? How is this even a business?" Because back then, yoga, what is happening, kya kar rahe ho?
Which year was this?
2013.
Okay.
Right? I was 21 years old. I'm a dropout of college. I wrote in my exam paper that I failed 6 times in my exam, and I wrote in the exam paper that, hey, I will definitely make the college proud. Please pass me. Even that
Do you
paper,
want to know fun part, like just putting it here?
even
Just putting it here. Do you want to know the fun part?
Yeah.
I started in 2013 as well.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, amazing. So 2013, when this reporter asked my guruji this, my guruji looked at him and said, "How many of y'all in this 65 reporter group think y'all can own the channel that you're currently employed in?" Not one person put their hand up. So Guruji said, "This is the exact reason why we believe everybody has the equal potential to become owners. But do you believe in it?" So more importantly than when is the right time, it is when do you have that self-belief to make that shift, right? Shah Rukh Khan, Lionel Messi, all of these guys, all of them are not they were not born directly with silver spoons. Yes, there are people who were born with silver spoons who made use of that opportunity. Some didn't, some did, etc. But most of the other people, I think, hard work consistently, smart work consistently has genuinely helped them. So my kind of takeaway from this is what I have put into as the 6 P's of business or life for that matter.
Okay.
And whenever you are clear about these 6 P's in your life, you come forward and take that step.
What are those 6 P's?
The first P is purpose.
Okay.
You need to understand what is your purpose in life. So whether you're from whichever part of the city across the world, wherever you want to move, whatever you want to do, what is your purpose?
I want to cut it to, before we shift to a second P. Don't you think that finding purpose in the beginning is very, very difficult? Some people can use it as a procrastination as well. That, oh, I don't know my purpose, so maybe the thing when the world is kind enough to hit me with something which is called purpose, I'll start working at it.
Well, it's really funny, right? For all the things, for most of the things that affect you today, whether it affects your body, affects your mind, affects your health, people are ready to do that. Why is the world not wanting to be in a happier place? Why are people not wanting to be kinder? Why are people not wanting to sit quietly and think about what they want to do in life? Everybody is equally potential. It's not that I can only meet Jennifer Lopez, I can only have Malika Arora as my co-founder, I can have Shikhar Dhawan as an investor, or Fireside Ventures, or whoever, these amazing people who've believed in me. I don't have 82 fingers. I only have 10 fingers. My face is this only. I'm not like some fancy person with 8 heads and making like the world. It is only sheer dedication, discipline, determination that has got me to where I am today. And I believe 7 billion people have that in themselves. But are they really wanting to make an effort to find that out? That is the difference. The difference between good and great will always remain patience. So are you waiting? Are you actually figuring out, trying to go that deep route every day? What am I meant for? What am I meant for? What am I meant for? I heard an interesting story with one of a company that we work with very closely. So they were interviewing this guy. This guy said, "I'm not good at anything." So they were like, "Why?" No, I'm not good. My parents don't do this. My parents don't do that. I'm not good at this. They're like, okay. So this company was like, fine. What do you do? The only thing I do well is I have 100 plants in my house. I take care of them. That's it. So they were like, wait. How many plants? 100. Different plants? Is like most of them are different. But how does that matter? No, wait. 100 plants require 100 different types of, probably one needs indoor light, one needs natural sunlight, one needs so much water, one needs lesser water. If you're taking care of them, that's a freaking great skill.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And he was like, so we have 100 employees in our company and 110, 120. All of them are very different. Would you be interested in taking care of them? He was like, wow, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And now he's the quote unquote admin head of that company, taking care of that entire 120 people. That purpose can be found in anything. You think you're not actually doing something, you think you're not having something. It's like one of this client who came and told us once, she joined in for weight loss for the studio, right? She said, after about a month, she said, Sarvesh, I've not lost weight. I'm, from whatever, 75, I've come only to 72. And it's, only 2-3 kilos, but I'm not really happy. But yeah, my pant size is come down from 38 to 32 or something. I'm like, wait. From what to what? She said 38 to 32, 33. I'm like, wait, that's like 5-inch drops. Yeah, but weight kam nahi hua hai. I'm like, what? So I think the first step towards change is acceptance, right? So the first step towards purpose is actually wanting to find that out. You're saying procrastination. Why? Why do you procrastinate? You want to be this. You want to be Shah Rukh Khan. You want to be Sachin Tendulkar. You want to be Virat Kohli. You all want to be Mukesh Ambani. You all want to be this amazing doctor or this amazing lawyer. But boss, they've all worked their lives off. Go out, understand what they have done, read. There's a lot of information out there. And today, literally everybody who's making it, like there are some amazing people who are building amazing stuff from having absolutely no, infrastructure, technology, people bandwidth, money bandwidth, nothing. How are they building it? Sheer perseverance, sheer discipline, and I think one line, confidence. Utmost self-confidence. If you're not having that, no matter what you do, you will not find your purpose. You need to know you need to have the intention to find your purpose. वो intention नहीं हो तो you can do what you want to, right? I'm not saying 7 billion people need to find out their purpose. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is everybody has the opportunity to find their purpose. But whether they should find it, not find it, it's completely in their hands. And I'm nobody to comment on it.
No, that's there. I think you started this conversation. They started this particular answer with this one sweet line. There's always going to be a difference between good and great. And that's where the intention of wanting something bigger, the intention to find your purpose to serve people in a better way is the starting point of the differentiation.
Absolutely.
So we were going on the second thing.
So after you figure out what your purpose was, I think you need to understand whether you're passionate about it.
Okay.
I can say my purpose is to change the world, but my passion is cooking, for example, right? You need to understand whether my passion can serve my purpose. It's not always it does, but it's my theory of the 6 P's. Now one can argue with it, not argue with it. I have no problem, right? So the second P is, are you passionate about your purpose? The third P is there potential? Because you're wanting to start something, right? Is there potential? Potential in 2 things. Do you have the potential? And does the market need that potential? Does the market have potential to see that you're going to be building something that's going to be solving a problem?
Okay.
So does the market have that potential is the third P.
Okay. Now, again, breaking down these 2 points, okay? I love the breakdown, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So try to digest the information because, okay, it sounds very easy for you to say passion. It's very difficult for people out there who
To
don't
understand. I can give you with live examples, but go on.
Yeah, why not? Why don't you?
Yeah, so, I mean-
how do you find passion or what?
Yeah,
is
so
passion?
for example, right, my purpose when I told myself the 6P principle, when I wrote, say, first P is purpose, I said, okay, what's my purpose? I said connecting 7 billion breaths. I changed my life through yoga. I wanted people across the globe to realize the potential that yoga can have. Why do you think yoga is boring? And I mean, it's changed so many people's lives. Steve Jobs came to India and did yoga. You name any, spiritual person who came and did this one.
Zuckerberg also
Zuckerberg
came,
came to India and did yoga. But the fundamental problem is spirituality is not about wearing orange robes. Spirituality in Hindi means adhyatmak. Adhyatmak means apne taraf ana. Apne taraf ana means coming to oneself. Damn, that's it. It's only about coming to oneself, which means you need to know what you're doing in the now. Meditation means dhyan. Dhyan means awareness. Awareness means dhyan se karo. Raj, dhyan se sun rahe ho aap? Bas. That is meditation. Are you in the now or are you thinking about what you need to do tomorrow? Or am I thinking about what I did yesterday? In the now is never understood. Like all these people who are there, oh, मैं 40 साल के बाद yoga करूँगा. Boss, are you knowing what you're doing in your life today? Will you go and put your hands in fire? No. So my purpose was, listen, I learned this. I want to take it to the world. Okay. Purpose, tick. Passion. Was I passionate about yoga? Hell yes. I took up 5 precepts when I was 18, when my 17th birthday gift was a sports car. And if you hear what the 5 precepts are, I'm sure that's going to be one of the questions next. A lot of people already know it, but you will know the world. I mean, a lot of people actually already know what the 5 precepts are. And I said, if I have taken this as my career, will I wake up every day in the morning at 6 o'clock to make this into my passion? I said, yes, I will, because yoga changed my life and I will do this for sure. So I said, yes. Second tick was passion. Third was, okay, do I have the potential? I was like, I think I do a little bit, but I think I need a team. I need amazing people. I have the potential to go out there and find this team. So inner potential, tick. Market potential, yes. Stress, anxiety, depression, obesity was becoming a global epidemic. UK has a minister for loneliness in their cabinet. And this is true. Google it. This is true. Minister for loneliness in their cabinet. So I said, great, market also has a potential. Wellness industry is a $3.2 trillion industry. Now I think it's going up towards $4 trillion. I said, great, it has a potential. Then the fourth P came, can I build a product?
Yeah.
Can I build a good product to solve this problem? Then I said, yes. That's when the yoga studio and the digital business kind of thought came, ki brick and mortar karo or digital bhi karo. You need to do both. And of course, what to build in that product market fit, understanding what problem should I solve for, all the fancy business stuff I learned over time. The fifth P was people. People will make or break your business.
Absolutely.
You need to have the right people, you need to have the right team, you need to have an amazing set of amazing people who can kind of, you can believe in trust and etc. Your trust will be broken. You will sometimes end up choosing not the best of people, not the right people. You will do all that mistakes. If you don't fail, you can't succeed. Simple, right? It's a very simple theory that I believe in. So fifth P was people, sixth P was profit. Can what I'm going to start make money for me? I wasn't doing charity. I was very clear, right? I was wanting to build a business, but build a business that gives people value, in turn creates value in terms of wealth as well, right? Which is great. But the primary aim was purpose se profit, not profit se purpose. If it was profit se purpose, I could have sat in my dad's company, 17 companies, 200 million in revenue, happy. I love my dad, I love my mother, I love my sister and brother. I could have sat with them, did it. But today, what support my family has probably given me, I'm only grateful and fortunate for that.
Yeah.
right? They let me go on my own path. And I can write a volume of, I don't know how many books on what one shouldn't be doing. I still don't know what one should do because I am nowhere close to so-called being successful. Absolutely not, right? A lot of people think these number of awards and Jennifer Lopez sitting on my cap table and Malak Arora being a co-founder and Fireside Ventures investing means I'm successful. I don't believe so. They're all great people. They validated. They think there is an opportunity. They believed in me. But I genuinely think that in the last many years, I can definitely tell people what not to do. That's been my biggest advantage. That, even when we were speaking some time back, I told you the same thing. I can tell you what not to do. What to do, I can tell you, but it's not my forte. That because everybody has a different individuality, everybody's lives are different, everybody's circumstances is different, everybody's environment is different, right? I think the problem starts when you start judging people, when you start giving an opinion on others. I think your life is too short to think of, live your own life first, figure out your own life. Why is social media platforms today so popular? It's not because you want to put what you want to put, it's because you want to see what others are putting. It's very, very clear. I mean, it's very hard to be accepted as the truth, but it is the damn fact.
True.
It is the damn fact. Social media, yes, there is a lot of benefits from it. I know many incidences where phenomenal things have happened, but life in itself is duality. If there is day, there is night. If there is good, there is bad. If there is white, there is black. So accept it. Be grateful for what you have and move forward. And I think that's what people need to realize, that if one thing can change the world, and that is kindness. That is absolutely kindness. And that's what I believe yoga can do to you. Yoga will teach you to be kind to yourself, and if you're kind to yourself, you can never be unkind to another person. Because you will know. For example, let me ask you a question. Will you take somebody's hand and put that person's hand in fire?
No.
Why?
Because I know it's going to burn them.
Period. It's a very simple question, but it has a very strong meaning because you don't realize it. You know for a fact that it will burn. So if you have the right state of mind, the right state of consciousness, you won't do it. Are there people out there doing it? Hell yes. That's the problem. What the intention of getting into something is very important. People miss out on that intention in my head. A lot of people miss out that they believe ki being unkind is cool, being judgmental is cool, being I don't know. I was arrogant. I know what it is to be that. You wouldn't, anybody wouldn't even remotely be talking to me if I was the kind of person I was before I was 17. I was arrogant, my anger levels were through the roof, and it's been unreal for me.
Why? So before, I want to take this conversation forward with, you talk a lot about failures, okay? You talk about failures that have made you who you are today. That's the case with everyone, right? And you want to talk about failures. Let's talk about how at every P you have failed yourself. Okay? We're going to take one by one about things. But before that, what do you think was the reason why you were arrogant as a kid? Like, do you think, was it something related to the kind of environment you were in? Was it friends? Was it parenting? Was it something to do with yourself as a person who was choosing to do things which were not right? What was it?
See, I think it's a mix of all. I think parenting is what got me grounded. Parenting is what taught me, like my father and mother come from very conservative families. My father is kind of failed his 10th standard, and whatever he's done so far, he's done all on his own. So I think it's been guidance from my father, and there is also another, there are a few other people who've really, really guided me, and one person is Laksharaj Singh Mewar. who's genuinely guided me like there is no tomorrow. Like he's really taught me life in terms of what I need to do, how I need to do it, etc., etc. And there are some other few people who've guided. Right, I'm very fortunate to have some great people as my, friends, guides, mentors, etc. But I think my guruji is one. Laksharaj Singh Mewar, Laksharaj Bhaiya is how I fondly call him. He's another, and there have been a couple of others. There's somebody called Vignesh, there's somebody called Sri Shant, the Indian cricketer. There's another person who I really adore and love called Pankuri Agarwal. She's one of the best tarot card readers you can ever come across. And I'm a tarot card reader, by the way. I've learned tarot card reading. So I know why you're putting your hand on your head, because you're like, oh my God, you just said what all I've not done. So I've learned the tarot, yes. And I think the reason is, I think it started off when I was very young, when I was probably 10, 11 years old, because of my friend circle. I started off with their kind of encouragement in me being arrogant, because I come from a wealthy family. So I was like, oh, I'm the boss, I'm cool. And I'll go into a cricket ground in like an amazing car, and I'm like, whatever, right? I will not do this, I won't do that. That was the kind of intention. But I was like, but thankfully I was doing a lot of physical yoga then for my cricket, because I started playing cricket at the age of 6. It went on, and I never abused as a child. Like, I've never used foul language or anything. If somebody says even idiot to me, I used to get pissed off. If my ego levels were very, very high, and people should not say a lot of other things. So I think my before 17 life is something that I don't regret one bit, because if I hadn't had that, I wouldn't become what I am becoming now. I will not say be, because I think I have a lot more to learn, but I wouldn't become what I am becoming now. And I think thanks to these wonderful people who've genuinely guided me across many, many aspects of life. And I think it's been an amazing journey for me, both professionally and personally. I think all of these people that I've mentioned are personal mentors. Professionally, I've had some amazing people in throughout, whether it's David, there's Harsha, there's my father. A lot of these people have professionally also guided me, because I'm 12th pass, and there are some things that experience can teach you. There are some things that stories of other lives can teach you, but nothing like learning from others. Nothing like, because life is too short to learn from your own mistakes.
True.
So that's what I told you. I can tell you all the mistakes I've done, so that in your kind of investing career, etc., of what you're wanting to do, you can probably not make those errors. So yeah, I think those are the reasons. And I also believe that fundamentally you start becoming who you are depending on the people you are with. It definitely makes a lot of difference, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think it definitely makes a lot of difference, because your environment, your circle is very, very important.
I say this a lot, and because I've not completely have the same story, but the people have shaped me who I am today as well. Because I always say this, that if you want to change the world, change yourself. And if you want to change yourself, change your environment. And first step how you change your environment is change the people who you're hanging out with.
By all means. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, they seek so much external validation. It's unreal. And I always say this one line that I really love. It's better to be slapped for who you are than to be kissed for who you're not. So you rather go out there and have somebody slap you and tell you, hey, you're not doing the right thing. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting somebody else. You have a lot of potential, help yourself, etc., etc., etc. Than say, hey Raj, तुमने तो बढ़िया कर दिया, तुमने तो बिल्कुल दुनिया को बदल दिया, and all of that, and keep increasing your ego, and you're like, from 55th floor you're gone to 80th floor in no time, and we're like, wow, I'm the boss right now and stuff, right? But some people need to give you a reality check, but one person that constantly will give you a reality check, irrespective of what happens, is karma. So when that happens, you'll be like, whoa, what just happened?
But don't you think I have a different thing here? Obviously, you need to be honest with people, but you need to give other people validation for their good work as well. Because
That's different, right? You don't need to validate them, you need to appreciate them.
appreciate them exactly. Because we all are like primarily
Tell the honest
seeking
truth, right?
validation.
Yeah. The problem is seeking, no? You should not seek validation.
But don't you think like since the beginning we have been wired and conditioned? Like
That's the problem. The word conditioned is the problem.
Like since the beginning we have been taught.
You're
to seek
okay.
validation.
You're a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Tell the newborn baby that this is a TV remote. 10 years, continue. Don't show the TV remote. Show the newborn baby this is the TV remote. The newborn baby will tell this is the TV remote, right? At some point, because you've conditioned the person, the baby, to say that this is a remote. So, they're very deep things, but they're very simple things. That's what, for example, yoga teaches you. There's a saying that in yoga is not the state of becoming, it is the state of being. Accept it. Don't, if this is a mic, this is a mic. Mic round है, उसके ऊपर ये है, उसके नीचे ये है, उसके side पे ये है. Like it's a mic. Like just relax. Right? Let's not overcomplicate life. Let's not overcomplicate life. Life is not easy. Life is not. But at the same time, be grateful. Gratitude. See, if the world can shed 0.1% of love, kindness, and gratitude, it's great. Today, you put out anything in the internet on hate, on abuse, on all of that, people are like sharing it left, right, center. But if somebody puts something on love, somebody puts something on care, like अभी philosophy चालू कर लिया, अभी ये चालू हो गया, अभी वो चालू हो गया. Yeah, boss, like your fabulous video that went viral, right? This is hard. It is hard. It's not impossible. But everybody think that the first step to win a 100-meter race is to run. No, it is to take the first step. First step to lo. Get into that first step, go and see what's happening. Don't already think of what you're going to be achieving and what you want to do. Put your heart and soul, put consistent effort. A lot of people ask Malaika Arora, because very close to her, how do you look beautiful? How do you look pretty? How is your skin like this? How is your... And everybody thinks just because she's working out for the amount of hard work, touch wood, that she puts onto herself is almost impossible, right? And one side Malaika Arora and the other side Jennifer Lopez. And Jennifer Lopez is 53. And when I met her, so I have had the privilege to meet her at her home, fly with her in her private plane, to watch her show from LA to Vegas. But, it was genuinely out of a movie. But it was, I came back in a normal flight. It didn't feel any different. It just felt very good internally that, hey, listen, somebody else of that stature and that quote-unquote public view success and achievement likes what you're doing. Somebody with 140 odd million followers likes what you're doing. And what I'm doing? Nothing. Yoga. What am I telling people to do? Breathe. What am I telling people to do? Go into a posture. What are we telling people to do? Shavasana, lay down without thoughts. It's the most hardest asana. People think Shavasana is the most easiest. But people are not. I don't know why. I don't have an answer why. And I believe that we as a brand, SARVA as a brand, will hopefully figure that out. Diva Yoga, SARVA, both the brands will figure that out. But we'd love to figure that out sooner than later, that why people are not wanting to do things that help them. Why people are not wanting to be kind. Why people are not wanting to spread love? Why people are not wanting to be grateful in life? I have no idea. I just hope that people, it's that amazing movie, I forget the name of the movie, Salman Khan's movie. मेरे को thank you मत बोलो, thank you बोल, जय हो, thank you, 3 लोगों को help करो. I think it's a great concept. Yeah, start the chain. Why can't somebody start the chain of saying, hey, I have done yoga today. I will make 3 people do yoga this week, once a week. June 21st, World Yoga Day. 177 countries have signed the UN Pact. Largest signed pact in the world in the UN is World Yoga Day. It has some meaning to it, some background to it. If the Honorable Prime Minister has genuinely made this into a movement, कुछ तो होगा. ये योगा से होगा, योगा करो. Those are all fine as words, but कुछ तो होगा. मतलब immunity builder. The moment pandemic happened, सब लोग breathing करो. They started doing breathing. Like why? It existed before also. All of these existed before also, but why not? Why only now?
But that's the problem, right? We as humans, we want to go to gym to look better instead of feel better.
Who said yoga doesn't make you look better?
I'm coming to that point, right? So most of the people feel that if you wanna, maybe it's because of the marketing, because at the end of the day, we coming back to the point, we all are seeking validation. So we go to the gym because we want to have like good 6-pack abs, and then that will ultimately help us get the validation which we are seeking. That oh my god, oh Sarvesh, you are like, oh my god, like these are the reactions which we are looking forward to. Everybody's looking forward to that thing. Do you think that yoga cosmetically helps you?
Oh, by all means, yoga can only help you cosmetically. By all means, because if I really look at multiple things, for example, we do a 5-day face yoga program. 20,000 people have attended just that program in the last few months. Roughly about 15-20,000 people, I don't know how many. If you really look into that, people's faces have changed. What is the reason for example, what do you think is the reason for acne? Hormones, too much oil, non-proper food, etc. Blood circulation not going up your face. All of this is done by yoga. Yoga is the only practice that is holistic in nature and can transform you holistically. My mom lost 22 kgs. My mom got off her PCOS tablets. My mom was taking insulin, she got off that. There are people where we have treated with migraine, sinus, multiple other healing ailments that they've gone through, back pain, knee pain, neck pain, most importantly, sleep, stress and anxiety. Like how many people posture. Today, if you really look at 90% of all your physical pains is because of improper posture. Like this, like that, that's the problem today in a lot of people's lives, that posture is becoming a problem. So yoga is one such physical practice that can heal you holistically, that can heal you mentally and physically and emotionally. Right? It is the only practice. Yes, if you ask me, what can it build? So much strength that, like say, dumbbells and weights and all of that, maybe not, because yoga is slightly different as a practice. But will it do 100% justice to phenomenal cosmetic changes physically, mentally, emotionally? My answer is yes. Can you become a bodybuilder and compete in Mr. Olympia or the whatever by doing yoga? My answer is no. But if you see, yoga can genuinely help these bodybuilders too, because you become more flexible, you become your risk of getting injury becomes significantly lesser, and your muscles start becoming aesthetically very beautiful. Because what happens is, because of doing yoga, your arms and chest and everything expands and your length of the muscle increases. So there's a very big reason of why even bodybuilders can do yoga. Right? Children memory power, fantastic. We just signed an MOU with 300 schools, and all 300 schools will have yoga as a part of their curriculum.
Wow.
We've signed it, it's done, everything's over. And we've made yoga fun, retaining the authenticity of it. What we're trying to say is, hey, there could be 8 fundamental reasons that you could come to get into a yoga class. 4 body and 4 mind. Weight loss, posture, healing ailments, etc. In the mind, it's sleeping better, de-stressing, getting into meditation and so on. That could be your entry point. But in 21 days of active practice, your life will change. But are you conscious about your life? Are you conscious about that change that is happening? Because if you boil water at 99 degrees Celsius for 100 years, it still will not boil. It has to reach 100 degrees Celsius. So you have to get into the practice believing 100% कि ये मेरे life को ठीक करेगा. This will change my life. The thing is, people don't get involved in that. Today there is so many things that people want to do quickly. Yoga is not quick, boss. Yoga can immediately start giving you results. Simple technique. Whoever is watching this, close your eyes now, pause, take 3 long deep breaths. You will feel better. There are some people who want to make a point, right? I didn't feel better. It's okay. Great. Then take 6 deep breaths. Take 11 deep breaths if you want to. But if you do, literally take your time and you will feel things are nice, things are slow, things are, you will feel it getting better. I mean, what did the pandemic teach us? What are the 3 things the pandemic taught you?
Most of the things which I believed mattered to me doesn't matter. That's the biggest learning I've had.
There you go. And a lot of people who thought health is second priority has all come into number 1. Yeah. What did you say? Tell me, can you please send me a yoga teacher? Right? That's what you also told me, right? So it's not that I haven't gone off track or whatever, right? In between, I completely stopped working out. And then I have these times where I do my breathing and meditation. It's life for me right now. That's fine. But physically, I was feeling unhealthy. Earlier, what I used to do, I used to quickly work out extensively for 30 days. Like you just said, go all out, lose weight, become like toned and whatever, and then stop again for 6 months. Because I have worked out every single day, 99% for 17 years of my life. So it's beyond a point, became like, I don't want to do this anymore, like that. Then during the lockdown, I started working out. I started eating a lot, meaning eating rice, having carbs. I'm a big paneer fan. I used to eat a lot of all of that. And then I was 8 kgs heavier than what you're seeing me today. But I was feeling bulky. I was feeling unhealthy. I'm like, what happened? Then I told to myself, hey, why are you doing workout only for 30 days? Health should not have like a number of days thing. It's your health. You need to take care of it every day. It's as equal to as you brushing your teeth, having a shower, eating every day. Take care of your body every day. Now, I work out almost 7 days a week, 2 times a day. I don't overdo it, but I'm extremely consistent in what I'm doing. And that gives me happiness. If I have a day at office that doesn't go my way, if I have something that has absolutely hit the ball out of the park, no matter what happens, ये जो 30 minutes मेरा शाम का and 30 to 45 minutes in the morning is my workout time. I will do it. Yesterday in the gym, I thought I forgot my gym shoes and everything. I went to the gym in my formals, I worked out and I left. So again, this all will come down to dedication, determination and discipline. The 3 Ds and the 6 Ps of my life are, I believe, what has made or making me what I am today, and I hopefully will believe that this will continue to do whatever I am going to be doing tomorrow as well.
Now, this gets me to a very interesting thing that you make everything sound very simple. You know, I am not kidding. Like, this is a genuine. It's a compliment, okay? It's a genuine compliment.
Thank you.
You make everything sound and look so simple. And I have this theory in life, I believe this. The hardest thing is to be simple. Like, simple things are the hardest to do. Because we overcomplicate things. Because you were just telling about it, right? People have overcomplicated everything. So what do you think? Like, there are 3 things which which a young person like me or whoever is watching this shouldn't do in their lives, which you have and you believe that okay, this is not the thing which you should do.
So I used to overthink a lot.
Okay.
And there is this interesting picture which goes like this. Do you have a problem? It has one line and it says yes. Do you have a solution? Yes. Then why worry? I don't have a solution. Then why worry? You don't have a problem. Then why worry? So first thing that one of my things is do not overthink.
Yeah.
Is it difficult? Yes, it is difficult not to overthink. Second, it's almost impossible for people to realize this, but everything is happening for a reason. Steve Jobs said this, right? You can always connect the dots looking back but not looking forward.
True.
So whatever is happening, try being in the moment and trying to figure out why is this happening. It's not impossible. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. So you'll have to start thinking, okay, ye hua. Why did you come to Bombay? Why did you come to Soho? Why did you meet me? Why are we sitting here? You will realize it. And the third is self-confidence. Bina self-confidence, without self-confidence, nothing is going to happen.
But
if you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. Is believing in yourself difficult? Everybody can have their own inputs to it. I don't believe it is difficult. Because everybody thinks कि तुमको तो तुम्हारा फादर था, इनको तो ये था, लियोनेल मेसी तो फ्लूक में आ गया, क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो फ्लूक में आ गया, मतलब, and then what? Then let's not take comparisons, no? Sachin Tendulkar just got what he got because, I don't understand all of this. What is that? They all worked. They all believed in themselves. They all worked. Go and listen to their life stories. Go and listen to Shah Rukh Khan. Go and listen to our Honorable Prime Minister's tea selling story. Whatever is happening, let whatever happen in the country today. But there are these people who have really worked hard. If people who are doing unkind stuff can be confident, if you are helping even 5 people, you need to be satisfied that you are helping 5 people. People in the world today are doing so much of really atrocious, unkind, hatred that's going around. They are all confident. They are all coming on TV and giving fancy interviews on what they're going to be doing next. People who are doing good are not doing it.
But I tell you, it's always a power play. try to understand this point again. I believe in myself. There are many people who believe in themselves. There are many people who don't believe in themselves. But I feel that if somebody is living 100 days, there are going to be days where every person has felt powerful and every person has felt that I don't believe in myself, right? So how do you overcome that? Like, how do you believe in yourself at a point or in front of someone where you are not believing in yourself? Let's say, very simple example, right? Everybody, most of them, like not everybody, but most of the people are very confident and very powerful and they believe in themselves when they're in front of their younger siblings. Because there's, I don't know, whatever reason, they're very powerful. Like, मैं ही हूँ, and at that time they believe in themselves. But the moment they step out of their house and they meet, let's say, our example, let's say, I feel that Raj is, I'm a very confident person. I meet you, and then all of a sudden I get to know that you are this. At this point, my entire confidence will be this.
No, but why?
This low. I'm telling you, this is like how humans feel. This is how it is.
That's the problem, because that's because you don't believe that what you've done is
significant enough
against, for in this case, me. But I don't believe. If you ask me, I think you've done 100 times more than what I have done in terms of professionally. Yes. Are you following the 5 precepts? My answer is no. And you won't believe it. When do you get utmost self-confidence and inner strength? Is when you do things that are internally powerful.
And what is this?
For example, me, I'm a celibate. I've never lied, not even white lied. No mental and physical stealing. I quit my favorite thing, which was meat, 12 years ago. I've never drank, never smoked. Never. And 5th is non-violence. Through actions, thoughts and words. I don't remember the last time I killed a mosquito. Have you done any of this? I don't know anybody who's consciously made an effort for the last 12 years to do any of these 5 things. So it's almost impossible for me to feel lesser amongst anybody, because my comparison with you is not because you run a phenomenal FMCG brand that's clocking in millions of dollars, but my comparison with you, if I do, would be, are you doing what I'm doing in life? Because your comparison with me could be, have you got Forbes 30 under 30? Have you got GQ 50 most influential? That's not the comparison that I make with anybody else. Wow. Even when I met Jennifer Lopez, my comparison was not Jennifer Lopez has 130 million followers and she's the queen of the world and she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. Or it was about me from India, a boy from Chennai, or even more born in Kerala, Thrissur, a hometown being Palakkad, going to Los Angeles, in Bel Air, in Jennifer's house, and telling my story, and Jennifer seeing my video and in tears saying, can you play that one more time? I am moved. That is success. Or that is like, what? You've done something. It was not external validation, because I don't live for external validation. So the funniest part is when you don't want something, you get it, because you're not constantly thinking about it. I am constantly thinking about, how do I make you happy? How do I make him happy? How do I make him happy? How can I teach gratitude to somebody else? Because I know being angry doesn't do good to yourself, because I have been angry. I know being unkind doesn't do good to yourself, because I have been unkind to people. I know not caring about yourself will not do any good to yourself, because I have not taken care of myself also. But I can only make people believe that when, oh, Jennifer ke saath gaya hai, oh, Malaika Arora is co-founder, oh, Shikhar Dhawan has invested, oh, Aishwarya Dhanush, Rajnikant's family, and they have invested. But what? It's the world. Unfortunately, it's the world that needs this surrounding for them to believe कि ये बंदा तो कुछ कर रहा है. He's doing something.
Wow.
I have never thought sitting in front of, you've seen me with every quote unquote Bollywood, actor, business people, etc. possible. Right? But why? I have not done anything. I have not done anything. I have failed millions of times. I failed day before yesterday. I will probably fail tomorrow. But I had a question that somebody asked me. We had 93 studios before pandemic. Today, we've closed most of our studios. We've given away a lot of our studios. We run not even 5% of what we had. Somebody asked me, aren't you sad? I said, why? You've lost everything you've built. I said, can you repeat that? You have lost everything you have built. I said, who's built it? You. Am I alive? Yes. Can I rebuild it? Yes. Then why worry? Simple. It's simple, no? I have not said some fancy Bhagavad, quote and reading some fancy, constitutional writings and, scriptures. Nothing. They asked me, how are you so happy when you've lost everything you have built? So I said, who has built? You have built. Am I alive? Yes. Can I rebuild? Yes. Thank you so much. Let's have a coffee. Why are people complicating? And when the pandemic happened, when we had to shut most of our studios, even before that actually, when the pandemic happened, slightly before that or during the pandemic, I don't know when did the cafe coffee day founder passed away, right? Everybody thought I'm in like some distress mode and anxiety is hitting my life and I'm depressed and all of that. I'm like, hey guys, I'm eating paneer, I'm having my pizza, I'm loving it, don't worry. Yes, it's sad that a lot of members who came into the studio with a certain purpose, with a certain liking, and this one has registered and they're not able to practice. Yes, we as a brand have probably not also been 100% to them. We've not given our 100% today, but eventually we will do what is right for them. Right? So, because it is not easy times for anybody in the world today.
Yeah.
But I live by one principle that my guruji has taught me. Jab tak saas hai, jab tak don't worry. As long as you're breathing, don't worry. But again, it's simple. But it is simple. Now, one can realize or think this guy is talking random stuff. He's got everything easy in life. Great. You can judge me. You can talk about me. You can do whatever. But one thing I can guarantee you is nobody has been in my shoes. I have not been in yours. You've not been in his. Nobody can be in each other's shoes as well. That's why my only request to everybody that I speak to is don't judge. You don't know what the other person has gone through. Don't judge. It takes you 0 rupees to be kind. It takes you 0 rupees to be grateful. It takes you 0 rupees to love somebody. It takes you 0 rupees to respect somebody. It takes 0 rupees to say thank you, please and sorry. If any of these 6 things is costing you, tell me, I'll fund it. I'm happy to fund it. But क्यों? मतलब please, भगवान जी, thank you, मेरे को आज you खाना दिया. What is wrong in saying thank you? What is wrong in saying please and what is wrong in saying sorry? This has become such a big egoistic thing. मैं sorry नहीं बोलूँगा. मैंने कुछ गलती नहीं किया. अरे बाबा, if I value your friendship, even if I have not done anything, go and say sorry, na. I thought I'm first person. Sorry, sir. Maaf kar do. You won't believe one incident. I used to get in fights left, right, center. 6 months of martial arts. I have done karate for 6 months. I have done aikido for 6 months. Aikido is basically weapons.
Yeah.
And I've done very limited kickboxing and kobudo.
Kobudo is?
This is a long time back. I don't even remember. Kobudo is it's another form of martial arts. Very limited, but predominantly was aikido and karate. So when you do aikido and karate and all of that, when you're doing a little bit of kickboxing and stuff, you're doing kickboxing, right? You want to abhi now I want to dodge and do all of that. And you see a lot of these South Indian movies, there's so many fights. I'm like, abhi to kuch fight mein to jana hai. I had just taken up these 5 precepts, and one of the precepts was non-violence.
Yeah.
We had gone for a tournament. My college had gone for a tournament to Bangalore. I was having a plate. I was eating. One of my teammates was high, he was drunk, and he came to my plate. He was smoking. I was eating. He came and used my plate that I was eating in as his ashtray. He came, he put the cigarette butt on my plate and he left. Poor guy is not in his senses. If I was my old self, I don't even know what I would have done to it. I honestly I can't even imagine what I would have done. You know what I did? Hari yaar, bhook lag raha hai. I went and kept that plate on the side. I took another plate, took the same rice and I started eating. Because the first thing that came into my mind from a processing standpoint was, what should I do? Is there any point if I get into a fight with him? No. Is there a point if I argue with him? No. Is there a point if I tell him not to do what he did? No. Why? Because he's not in his senses. And most importantly, I am hungry. So I need to eat. Kept everything on the side, took another plate, started eating. My teammates were shocked. Sarvesh, is that you? Is that really you? Like a few people who knew me from a younger stage, like, what? Is that really you? This is the new me. This is the yoga-fied version of me. So, I think life is simple. I think life is kind. I think life is given all of us a lot. Yes, different people use it differently. Different people use the opportunities differently. Different people see opportunities differently. Now that unfortunately is not in my hands. We as a company, I as an individual can keep telling ki this is what we have learned. Treat us as your friend and we are here to help. And we are here to help, and I think the starting point is taking care of yourself. Self-care and self-love is so critical and important. You will realize, if not now, if not soon, if not later, but for hell damn surely sometime. Because it is important.
This has been one of the most awakening conversations. I'm not even kidding. All I thought till now, I've been telling these guys as well, that you're one of the coolest people I've met in Mumbai. But all of a sudden, there's a lot of wisdom coming out as well. Because I always see you in those, oversized clothes.
Pink shoes.
Yeah, see pink shoes. Always dancing, 6 years in dancing. And then...
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I did 1 year of Bharatanatyam. I did 5 years of Western. I did 6 months of Latin. I just love dancing, and you've seen me dance.
You dancing. And, okay, you enjoy party more than
anybody.
Yeah. So that's what, and you don't drink.
I have gone into Goa. I'll tell you an amazing story. I went to Goa, 2019 New Year's. I went to Hilltop. If people who are watching know what Hilltop is. I was in Hilltop. Is this Hilltop festival, and I was wearing neon sword and all of that. I was just high on music. Right? So I was like full on music and glasses neon, and I'm like dancing. And people came and said, "Oh my God, bro, what are you on?" So I said, Anulom Vilom. So they were like, what is Anulom Vilom? So I said this. They flipped. They're like, oh my God, just go, just go. Like, I'm like, yeah, because that's what keeps me high. That's about it. Now what to do? So it's been amazing as to what yoga can do to you, right? So my Guruji used to say कि yogi ही सबसे बड़ा बोगी हो सकता है. Because if you know what life is, you can enjoy life the best. So it's not that I know what life is today. I'm getting to know what life is, but I know that life needs to be taken lightly. Life needs to be taken with a lot of compassion. That's what I always tell people. You know, the biggest difference between love and compassion is love is two-way, compassion is one-way. And if you ask me what is better, compassion is better. I always say this line, love like there is no tomorrow, and if tomorrow comes, love again. I mean, it is, somebody has said it, but I just keep using it time and again, saying that just love one side, just love one side. Like, you know, I had a friend, I think a few days ago, saying, how do you love so, what does she use? Unconditionally. I said, why do I need to have a condition to love you? Like, you're my really close friend. Why should I have a condition? Can you give me? Because if I tell, hey Raj, I love you because you are a creator, I should stop loving you if you don't be a creator, no?
Yeah.
In simple sense.
Yeah.
I love a thing because of a reason. I should stop loving that person, thing, if that reason goes out. So it should be absolutely out of compassion. Like, if you know the story of Jesus getting crucified, Jesus said that he prayed, the story goes that he prayed that to people that, oh my God, these people don't know what they are doing it out unconsciously, they don't know what they're doing, please forgive them. At the time of, imagine somebody is crucifying you, you know, when you're alive, and what you're going in your mind, please forgive them because they don't know what they're doing.